Have you ever wondered what Toronto rents are looking like as we've headed into 2024? Whether you're a landlord looking for that new rental property or what your current rent could be, or if you're a tenant looking to either get into the rental market or looking to make a jump to another property. I'm Michael Ouzas. I'm a realtor here in Toronto. In this video, we're going to talk about those rent prices and what they've done in the last quarter of 2023, and also where things have been at in the last 5 years relative to purchase prices in the city of Toronto. If you have any questions on the rental market, on either the landlord side or the tenant side, you can book a call with me anytime in the description down below. It's no secret that rent prices have been going up year after year in the last couple of years, but we also have to keep in mind where things went in 2020 and 2021, where we saw 15 months of consecutive declines in rent prices. Over that period of time, everything was pretty much shut down for basically 2 years. And we saw one bedrooms going for $1,700 a month, which now are looking in and around that $2,400 to $2,600 a month. That being said, Urbanation just came out with their report on what rent prices did in Q4 of 2023, and that actually may surprise you. This is over on stories.com. Average GTA rents saw the largest quarterly decline outside the pandemic. This is from Q4 of 2023, where the Q4 2023 was $3.97 a square foot, about $4 a square foot, or about $2,800 a month on average, which is a 5.7% drop in pricing. Annually though, across the board, rents rose about 4.5% in Q4, much slower than 16.2% year over year. As we take a look at the GTA purpose-built rental average rents and vacancy rate. Now, keep in mind, these are purpose-built rentals. Vacancies were up over 6% in Q4 2020 and Q1 2021. And we saw the pricing reflective of that as well at about $3.40 a square foot. As vacancies started to drop, and there was also a lot of immigration that came into the city at that time, we saw prices go up significantly as well, up over that $4.20 a square foot. And now it's been dropping in the last quarter of 2023. So last piece of note is just right here where it does drop in the last quarter of Q3 2023. This is really important because this is the other factor, is that there were a lot more vacant properties in that time. And I know this does talk about purpose-built rentals. Well, there was also a couple new condo buildings in the downtown core that did finish and started occupancy at the end of 2023, along with a couple rental buildings coming up for availability also in the end of the year. As it continues to increase, should be able to pull pricing back. That being said, it is seasonal at the end of every year. And the last couple of years have been a bit of an odd time, especially when we look at what that looks like on the pricing. I found this chart really interesting. This shows the sale prices from October 2018 to October 2023. If we look at Toronto, average sale price, and this is across the board, of course, just under $760,000. Average sale price in 2023, just over 1.1 million. I do think 1.1 seems to be where things keep going up and down and have been hovering in and around as the interest rates have been moving. If we take a look at the rent prices in Toronto, average rent price 2018 was $2,250, and average rent price 2023 about $3,000. So about an $800 increase from 2018 to 2023. From a percentage perspective, property prices have gone up about 45%, but rent prices have gone up about 34% for the Greater Toronto Area. Now, with the pullback in Q4 of 2023, that percentage is a little bit less, but it also brings us kind of back 5 to 7% rental price increase year over year, which really just brings us back to that trend line of where things kind of should have been this entire time. It was always interesting to see those rental increases over time, and we've actually kind of just gone back to that trend line of where things probably should have been had we not had those 2 years of absolute uncertainty in the Toronto market and basically worldwide. Now the dust has settled and we are just back on regular programming here in the city of Toronto. It'd be interesting to see how things move forward as immigration has definitely ramped up. I know there's been new rules when it comes to students coming to the city, and that will still remain to be seen, but I don't think it's going to be as big of a factor as maybe it's made out to be in the media. Welcoming so many people to Canada and most of them coming to a city like Toronto will always put pressure on rental prices, because in general, when people are new to a city, they will typically rent before buying. Some of the charts have shown even that first 5 years is typically rental properties, and then it gets into home ownership from basically 5 years on, where I think it was about 50% 40%, if I'm not mistaken, turn into homeowners within 5 years of coming to the country, but they do rent beforehand, which will always put pressure on pricing. I'm Michael Ouzas. Thanks for watching.